Hey, what's up everybody? It's your head coach, and this video is going to be very valuable for not only, post 6-week challengers, but everybody in general, because basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you guys how to build your meals for a lifetime, right? So I'm going to break down the different macronutrients, starting with proteins, fats, and then carbohydrates. I'm going to give you examples of all, and then what portions you need to be choosing basing on meal frequency, and also on if you are a male or a female. Then I'm also going to end with basically a cheat sheet, if you will, of 5 rules that you want to be asking yourself at every meal that will guide you to success. So let's go. All right, so the first thing you always want to start with when you're building your meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, is where's my protein, right? Because protein, you want to be getting in at every single meal, right? Protein is going to keep you fuller for longer, right? And it has amino acids in it, which are the building block of life, which is the only way that you synthesize new tissue, like muscle tissue, right? So basically what you're going to be doing, right? And every example that I give from here on out is based off 4 meals a day, right? That could be breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack, right? So if you eat more or less meals than that, then you need to adjust the portions accordingly, right? So it's as simple as this, right? You don't need food scales, you don't need measuring cups. So with protein, right, guys always get 2 and females get 1. So guys get 2 palm sizes of protein and females get 1. And what that means is the diameter, right, the diameter and the thickness. So if you were to cut off your fingers here, right, that's the amount of size of protein that you're going to be getting at each meal. Right, so I kind of listed this out, right? So you would eat with every meal. It's going to keep you fuller for longer, right? Females are going to get 1 palm and guys get 2 palms, right? Hey, so what are some good examples of lean protein, right? So you got ground beef, chicken, turkey, bison, venison, right? Deer meat, just like somebody left up here just recently. Got a cooler up here, some fresh deer meat, extremely lean, right? Hey, so then you got some white fish down here, salmon, tuna, cod, roughy, right? These are all extremely good. On the dairy side, right, if you're going to do these, make sure that you go for the fat-free and watch out for added sugars in the yogurt. But you can do cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. I like the Yoplait Light and Fit, extremely good. Also, if you're on the plant-based side of things, then you might be going with beans, peas, legumes, tofu, and things like that, right? You can also use protein supplements, right? Like a protein powder or something like that, right? So the first macronutrient that you're going to be putting on your plate is a good quality source of protein. Once again, guys get 2 palm sizes and females get 1. All right, so the next macronutrient that we're going to talk about when building your meals is carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates I'm going to break down into 3 different categories, okay? So you're going to have fiber rich, right? These are going to be basically any type of leafy green vegetable, right? Or your cruciferous vegetables, okay? Then you have your whole starchy ones, right? So these are going to be things that you're typically thinking of when you think of carbohydrates, right? Like your breads, your rices, potatoes, things like that, okay? And then you have more of your refried and your sugary type carbohydrates. These are the ones that you want to keep to a very minimal place in your diet because they're the highly processed, like juices, desserts, cookies, pastries, and things like that. Okay, so when it comes to building your meals, what you have to remember is what is your goal, right? So carbohydrates are, you want to think of it as like octane fuel, right? It's your body's extremely highly dense, energy-packed source of fuel. So, meaning most people, if you're looking to lose body fat, you want to keep your carbohydrate intake around breakfast and post-exercise, right? Breakfast, so you can start out your day with fuel for your brain, muscles, and the liver, and then post-exercise to refill the glycogen stores in your brain, muscle, and liver. Other than that, you want to be getting your carbohydrates from the vegetable side, right? Like broccoli, kale, spinach, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, right? Lettuce, all those things, right? So here's what you want to do, right? Let's say it's breakfast, right? So your portion, right, is going to be a scooped handful, right? So let's say, hey, like I'm having breakfast and I'm a guy, so I get 2 palms of protein. That's going to be roughly like 8 to 10 egg whites, right? Then I'm going to do a scooped handful of oatmeal, right? Boom, like rolled oats. There you go, right? So if it's going to be, like, let's say it's a non-exercise meal or something like that, you're still going to do a scooped handful of some form of vegetable, okay? That's going to come out to like roughly half a cup, or hey, a cup if it's a leafy vegetable, okay? So that's basically what you need to know, is that if you are looking, right, for optimal health and things like that, what that's going to equate into over your 4 meals a day is about 8 to 12 servings, right, of vegetables, right? And of course, fruit would be more considered on the refined starchy, right? Now, it's not a bad carbohydrate, but once again, fructose, which is inside fruit, is going to be released very rapidly into the bloodstream, right? So it's very ideal for breakfast and post-workout. But if you're like snacking on it right before bed, it might actually hinder fat loss, okay? So it's still a scooped handful of that, okay? So here's what you want to remember, a good rule of thumb, right? So 8 to 12 servings, right? That's about half cup. So you're looking at about 4 to 6 cups of fruits and vegetables a day. For optimal fat loss, it's a 5 to 1, right? That's 5 vegetables to 1 serving of fruit. If you're already really lean and you're looking for performance, it's more like 3 to 1, okay? So you already covered protein is what you're going to put first on your plate, right? Next up is your carbohydrates, which can come in the form of a fiber rich, like a vegetable, a whole starchy, right? Like breads, grains, potatoes, or even a refined sugary, right? Which can be fruit, which can be like a sugary drink or a dessert, okay? So hopefully that clarifies any confusion around carbohydrates. All right, now let's talk about fats, right? So the biggest thing you want to focus on, right, is a balance between the different fats. So you have saturated, poly, and monounsaturated, right? So yes, you do want a little bit of saturated fat in your diet, which you'll get from any animal protein that you're consuming, because saturated fats build things like hormones, neurotransmitters, and they play a lot in cell wall integrity as well. You just don't want to go too far and eat too much animal product or fried foods and things like that. That's how you harden your arteries and cell walls, okay? So really about 30% of your calories, somewhere between 15 to 30% of your calories every day are going to come from the fat source, right? Now, portion sizes, right? Portions. So, once again, hey, guys get 2 thumbs and females get 1, okay? That is based off of 4 meals a day. And what's really good about these is if there's a meal, right? Like maybe don't put it on every single meal, right? Like maybe like for me, when I have egg whites and oatmeal in the morning, I'm not putting any fat in there, right? But with lunch and dinner, I am, because I want, I want to be sustained, right? And fat helps slow down the digestion process, so you'll stay fuller for longer, okay? So I'm going to go and show you what are saturated fats, what are mono, and what are polyunsaturated fats, right? And hey, having a balanced diet of fat, right, is going to help you have optimal performance and body composition, which means burning fat and building muscle tissue, right? So these are your sources of saturated fat. These are your animal fats, right? Then you have your dairy, meats, butter, cheeses, coconut oil, and palm oil, okay? These would be considered containing saturated fats, right? So a third of your intake should come from these each day. Now, monounsaturated, right? So these are going to be things like your peanuts, your almonds, cashews, pumpkin seeds, and extra virgin olive oil. Extremely good stuff as well. A little bit of EVOO, man, also sweet potato or like some vegetables, man, increases the taste and keeps you fuller for longer and gets you a lot of healthy fats and antioxidants as well, right? Then we come over here to the polyunsaturated. These have the omega-3s. Once again, omega-3s protect the heart and they decrease inflammation. Really, really important, right? So these are going to be things like fish oil, hemp seeds, sunflower seeds, peanuts again. You got canola oil, soy nuts, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and Brazil nuts, right? So the seeds are going to pack a lot more of the omega-3s, as are the fishes, okay? So that is basically a rundown of fat. So now we know we're going to do our 2 or 1 palm of protein, right? We're going to do our 2 scoop or 1 scoop of carbohydrates, right? And then we are also going to do 2 or 1 thumb of fat, okay? Now, I will tell you this, that with the vegetable side, that you can do a little bit more, meaning if you're still really, really hungry after a meal, then it's okay to do, like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to add a little bit more vegetables, because a cup of broccoli, guys, has like 25 calories, right? So it'll help keep you fuller for longer, but it's mostly water and fiber and things like that, okay? All right, so next up, we're going to tie this all together, right, with basically a 5-question cheat sheet that either I want you guys to pause the video, take it down, take a snapshot of it, put it on your phone, use it enough, and then it's going to become a habit where you don't have to ask yourself those questions anymore because it will be ingrained in your psyche. All right, take this with you everywhere you go. Every meal you build, you got to go over to a friend's house, you got to go out to eat at a restaurant, whatever it might be, these 5 questions will always guide you in the right direction, even if you don't have your meals prepared ahead of time, okay? So the first one, this is important. We're going to be mindful, and we're going to slow down the digestion process to make sure that we get full of the right amount of food, which is, are you eating slowly? Number 1 is, are you eating slowly, right? Each meal should take about 15 to 20 minutes. That will let you know when the hunger is gone and not when you're full. Right? So that's about a mile's difference, right? If you're always eating to full, you're going to have a hard time losing body fat. Even if you're eating, hey, coach, I'm following the meal plan. Hey, coach, I'm eating nothing but whole foods. I don't cheat. I don't drink alcohol. How come the scale's not moving? Because you're eating to full and not to satiation. Okay, that's number 1. Are you eating slowly enough? Cut out distractions, guys. Don't be driving and eating. Don't be on your phone and eating. Don't be watching TV and eating, right? Sit at the dinner table, conversate. That'll also help slow it down. Or if it's just you by yourself, time yourself. Bust out that smartphone, but don't play on the smartphone. But time yourself. Challenge yourself, right? 15, 20 minutes. Number 2, right? So now that we're sitting down and we're like, am I going to eat slowly? Yes, check. Okay, cool. Where is my protein-dense food, right? Again, guys are getting 2 palm sizes per meal based off 4 meals, and females get 1. Guys get 2, females get 1, okay? Number 3, right? Number 3 is, where are the veggies at, bro? Where are the veggies at, all right? So in the carbohydrate section, I kind of blended the 2 together, but you do want vegetables present at every single meal, right? Trying to hit that 8 to 12 servings a day is going to keep you feeling great, and it's going to keep your immune system high, which right now is extremely important with influenza and like bronchitis, just everything floating around. You guys want to hit that quota of 8 to 12 servings a day, right? So you want about a fist size of veggies, okay? It's a scoop of it's a scoop of carbohydrates and a fist size of vegetables, okay? So if there's any confusion from the carbohydrate section, I do apologize, but let's clarify it here, okay? So basically at each meal, you're gonna have protein, palm, okay? Protein, palm, right? Scooped carb, fist veggie, thumb fat, okay? Those are the 4 measuring tools that you need for a lifetime, okay? Again, where are the carbohydrates at, right? So if it's breakfast or post-workout, get in your starchy carbohydrates. You can even swap out the starchy carbohydrate with some fruit, right? So you don't want rice and some fruit. That's double dipping on the carbohydrate side, and that'll kind of mess with insulin. Once again, it's going to make losing body fat hard, okay? And then last but not least is, where are your fats coming from, right? So again, guys, you have like the fish oils, you have fish, you got the different vegetable oils, you got coconut oil, canola oil, all those different type of oils. You got tree nuts, you got seeds. You have plenty of options, right, to get in your healthy fats. So tie that all together, right? Let's tie it all together. Are you eating slowly, right? Where's your protein-dense food? Where's the veggies? Where's the carbohydrates? And where's the fats coming from? Each meal, ready? Guys, 2 palms of protein. Female, one palm of protein. Veggie side, guys get 2 fists. Females get 1. Carbohydrate side, guys get 2 scooped handfuls. Females get 1 scooped handful. Fat side of things, 2 thumbs for guys, 1 thumb for female, right? If you're looking to lose body fat, keep your starchy carbohydrates like the grains, the breads, the potatoes, and the fruit to breakfast and post-workout only. Other than that, you will take out these scooped carbohydrates and replace with probably another serving fist size of vegetables. Guys, I hope this video proves helpful to you. It's a template, right? So now you just plug and play. I'm going to follow up this with a actual file. It's a PDF infographic from Precision Nutrition that will give you tons of different meal combinations to help you further increase your adaptability and autonomy to eating healthy for a lifetime. End of the roar, baby.